Yeah, the flight path, not the greatest for them, so they will be a little bit slower here. It looks like the plane went from north to south, so they're basically the last stop on this train. Team Rockstar in this 50-50. It's 1-for-1 so far. Oh boy, it looks like Tech got a little bit greedy to go for the armor in the middle here. Had the blue up, as you can see Matt Pickett and Peach are still on the whites for the time being. Don't know if he has too many heals. There's another blue armor as Matt Pickett finds one more. So he can try to play off of that. His Q not up for another 9 seconds, still making his climb up now. It looks like they have recovered at the very least. But we have a fight over here. It looks like Stunny and Bird will be able to take out Android and Blueberry Smalls as Rice Krispie Retreats pick that one up. And they will be able to maintain control now over here at staging.
Yep, and I'm not sure what exactly team was fighting. Oh, and we have Flashpoint wiping a team in Train Yard, claiming Train Yard, saying Train Yard is ours. Shooting the box, a little bit of disrespect.
Yeah.
But it's these early kill points do add up, like especially if you're 50-50 and winning that 50-50 every game, they do add up, and it could win you the tournament.
That was the squad that was challenging over at Thermal up against Team Intel, and so now it looks like it's going to be a fight for Train for Flashpoint here. Nades do come out on top of Morphin Time as they're trying to push up. They've already lost out on Shogun here, but they've gotten one knock. Stripes to go down. They want to continue pushing up forward. It looks like they try to Octane pad away. Some decent spray here. Death has to be careful. Almost goes down. But they will be able to get that at the very least, and for now they recover and they get the knock as well. Looks like Tech & Co will be able to win out their fight over at Countdown. Now here comes the res as well, and so that was a close one.
Fight. That was a really close one. Tech's on basically one shot, two of his teammates knocked, but they are 2 for 1. Oh, here comes a third party by Nestle Pure Life, and Team Rockstar is weak. They just all got rezzed. This should be a easy wipe by Nestle Pure Life.
Yeah, Hambino pushing up. He's got Hemlock Sentinel, and the Hemlock can put in the work, but it looks like he could have been able to get out. Nope, never mind. Here's the bubble as he hits with the body shot onto the Sentinel. We'll be able to get the knock onto Peach now. This Crook was the one that snuffed him out, and so Team Rockstar, they are going to lose out on one. As
Okay. They just left him. They just left Peach. Oh, and it's Team Applejacks forcing a fight here. They have a knock. It's a 3v2 going in right now. Bubbling forward, taking the jump pad indoors, taking caustic gas. 3v1. This should be a clean wipe by Team Applejacks.
Yeah, they cleaned that one up, and the scan for good measure, just in case. We're already down to 15 squads. 42 players remaining. There's just been so much action. We haven't even been able to check in with the map quite yet. It looks like we might have a more central zone here as it is pulling away. Nope, never mind. It's Thermal.
And it looks like a lot of people are set up and staging for some. There's only one team flying into Thermal right now. With the way the zones have been acting, it could shift back up to staging, but I think it is a hard Thermal zone. I can't see it shifting all the way up to staging, but here's a fight moving forward by Team Intel, doing big damage. Panders is doing huge damage. Pander's gonna push up aggressively and look for angles. It looks like they're getting third partied by Crypto EMP, and they're gonna back off that fight. They don't want to get too aggressive, especially with Metro being too weak.
Anders changes up the angle that he needs to fight from now, as he needs to buy time for Metro and company to be able to buy up. We had Team Liquid, Team Intel. Oh boy, Nox Gas Grenade. A lot of grenades coming in as they push up. It's going to be Flashpoint that's in their way for the time being. Lost out on one. Kutski goes down as Intel have lost out on 2. It's going to come down to a 1v1 as Panders setting up the ports just to block the doors. Oh, that one not great, as we have Protectable backing up to heal up. But of course, Panders with that gold armor will be able to reset faster if he so needs to, and now he's got to be careful. The third party coming in from Team Liquid, I believe, try and pick this one up, as Protectable has to back away as well now. And there we go, they're going at it, and we'll see who ends up winning this one out. Panders goes down, Protectable picks that one up, but Flashpoint are still in shambles at this point. We'll see if he can recover Frapper's banner, and Kupski still bleeding out, and as he's crawled quite a distance to actually get over here, as it was Running Late who actually came in for the third party, not Team Liquid. And so, yeah, it looks like Team Intel just not able to find the timings on these fights in the mid game once again.
And it's looking like Running Late is just, they're just happy with their loot and not really paying too much attention to Flashpoint. Flashpoint had 2 members down. They could have thirsted the Nox, but they're letting Flashpoint recover, get a banner, get a res. I'm not too sure what they were doing. They're just enjoying the loot.
Yeah, Kupski should be up and running at this point, but it's about how hard they try and gatekeep this position here. Cheese It now in the position that a lot of teams like to play off of, playing the choke here on the northeast side, on that Harvester connector towards Thermal Station, but I'm gonna go ahead and back away to the res buildings, and surprisingly enough, of course, now playing this a bit differently than they did in game number 1. As, like you said, a lot of teams thinking this one might actually pull over to staging, playing on the staging side.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because by the looks of it, it does look like a hard thermal zone, but the amount of teams in staging is making me double guess my zone knowledge. And team
They're in
Team Rockstar's
Skyhook.
they're getting a free res, a free reset. They should be able to tank out the zone, being zone 1 closing. But this is actually a really good reset for Rockstar. They just need to find some heals.
Yeah, it looks like they've got the replicators to work with as well. There's still some crafting materials around for them to try and find. We'll see how much they can pick up throughout all of this. If any teams even took maybe the train tunnel to the east of Skyhook, might be enough for them to try and recover off of. We'll see though. 14 squads, 39 players remaining, and now more teams are starting to converge on down to Thermal Station. Running Late though. They're not running a recon legend. They don't have information about the ring, so they're just kind of committing to playing the edge for now. Team Razor, speaking about fighting on the edge, still over here at Countdown. I believe Hambino or Bambino is in front of them. Don't know exactly who, but here we go. Team Razor, they're trying to get aggressive now. We saw them getting aggressive on Charlotte Phoenix in game number 2. They know that they need to pick up kill points. They need to catch up after those 2 last games. As the scan comes out, it doesn't look like they picked up anything off of it. Team might have just completely backed down. So Team Razor are going to just go ahead and start rotating on in with 2 minutes left to go.
And I'm noticing Team Razor, they are every team they seem to fight. The teams want to run. Team Razor's a scary team. They do some big entry damage, and teams are like, nope, I don't want to mess with that, and they just start backing off and running. They're all 3 of them, Muffin, Zera, and Hakulo, are amazing players. It's great to see them competing.
Yeah, it's great to see the shift in style, especially for Team Razor. Really shifting up to playing edge of zone and working out, adding on Muffins now, who also, like in the past, I would have said, typically when he was playing with his brother, when they were playing on Fnatic, they were very passive in the early and mid game and really adjust to the edge play style. But both of them, Shiny and Muffins, have taken to it quite well now. It looks like Running Late though, find themselves in a fight as a defensive bombardment was used by Dank here. Chasing down one squad. It's going to be flashpoints. Kupski going down again, but Hakulo is here for the third party. Team Razor are not going to give up on this. Frapper has fallen as well because Kupski bleeds out on that one. Now they're going to go ahead and pay attention to Running Late, who are trying to run away here on the eastern side of this one. Zera Tricky clearing the doors, clearing the cars now. Pushing forward. They do have, of course, this squad on the ropes, backed up. Zera Tricky gets the knock onto 00. Negative Bambino, though, is there, so you got to be careful about the third parties. There's a charge rifle coming from across the map as the scan comes out. Doesn't even pick them up on that. And now, oh, you have just poked the hornet's nest. That's what you've done with that charge rifle.
The wrong team. You saw Zera just ping him, and he's like, I want him dead. And now they're gonna force a fight on this team. And the team coordination with Team Razor is amazing. Like, they're fighting, and like they're all on the same page, and it's just like they fought 2 different teams there, and they're all on the same page, looking like extremely professional. I love what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's been some extremely fast pivots from one fight to the next for Team Razor here, but it's Team Pop-Tarts now in a fight on the edge here over by Tree Connector towards Thermal Station. Lucas is trying to get himself a high ground angle for now. Pop-Tarts do have full high ground control without Horizons and Pathfinders really in the lobby. This position can be extremely strong and easy to hold, but they are going to go ahead and give up ground as they back up to try and play the train platforms as round 2 closes.
And we're about to see if it's shifting to thermal or staging with the amount of teams set up in staging in about 30 seconds. So, and it looks like Team Cheez-It's trying to force a fight on the team of the choke. This is not an ideal fight you want to take, but the Prodigy doing big entry damage. They could push up off of that, but their back is exposed to Harvester and staging, so they need to push up that choke and get out of where their back can get shot and put pressure on this team in the choke.
Yeah, they were able to push out, force them all the way onto that ledge now, as the bubble has been used as well. Rakanishu forced to battery up at the very least, but here's Joey Blackout with that triple take once again, but they have gone away, and I think Cheez-It are at least happy to have this much in grounds into the zone. Yeah, it has pulled hard over into Thermal Station now. Here's Rakanishu trying to push up. He doesn't have a scan, but he does have the R301, which he has been absolutely melting players with. All of the utility being used by RCO now, but it was the Nox Gas Grenade of Joey Blackout. But from behind, Charlotte. No, never mind. Not even from behind. I don't even know where that charge rifle came from. It was okay. Here is Charlotte Phoenix coming in for that third party. Prodigy Ace is getting punished off of that now, and so Team Cheez-It down to a duo, and Charlotte Phoenix, they're up for every fight, but taking out Team Cheez-It is super important as they are currently leaders in this lobby.
Yep, and Charlotte Phoenix had a very coordinated, clean third party. It looks like they're probably going to post up and stay in this position and clear out their back. There's no need for them to overaggress. There's actually not really many spots they can go from here. So they're probably going to clean up, take the loot, take the utility, chill here for a little bit, see if they can charge up that red Evo if they can with the charge rifle.
All right, here's our TomCat rat cam from its morphin time. We saw them fighting very early on, so Red Ranger has been here for some time now. And again, this ring, we don't know where it quite ends. It could still have that be that exact same circle that we had in game number 1. It looks like RCO did get finished off. We're down to 9 squads, 23 players remaining. And so he's now making his move on in. Surprisingly enough, there's no one here. No one in the circle building, it looks like. No one that played on the platform where the circle ended. Razor still here playing on the edge, as it looks like they are in a fight. They do have the scan coming down. EMP getting cleared. The drone is gone. But here comes a defensive bombardment now, but it's going to be a fight from 2 fronts. You saw the shots coming out from the other side, but the defensive bombardment does connect. That's going to be Contrist's Vatic to go down now as Tricky tries to find another one, but it's Flinzar and gets the knock onto Hakulo. Here comes the Arcstars and Team Razor. This is what we're talking about, the pivot for them. Flinzar does finish off Hakulo throughout all of that, and that's really unfortunate for Team Razor, who are on quite the roll here. Tricky taking a lot of damage as he is getting loop-de-looped now. Does have to back off. Does get a kill onto Flinzar as well as Muffins backs him up. Tricky now trying to get that bat off, but he has to back away. It's going to be Charlotte Phoenix coming in for the third party. They got the knock onto Tricky, and there's only one left now for this squad. Team Razor Muffins goes down, and that's going to do it for them. Charlotte Phoenix on an absolute roll here in game number 3.
They did a nice portal play for a nice clean third party to clear their backs, and Charlotte Phoenix is really chilling right now with some kill points and positioning. And we have
Team
Rockstar. Yeah, they're not in a terrible spot. They got some kill points, and their back is cleared.
You have to remember, this is the squad that went all the way up to Skyhook for the res.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Get Keish and Tech back in. And now they're in a great position. Gold armor for Tech. You got the purple armors for Matt Pickett and Peach. And Tech is laying in some damage with this R301, forcing out that bubble early with a Peach on the rotate. Got punished there. Knocks gas grenade right into that bubble. But Matt Pickett, you got to turn around and start taking the fight. Pop-Tarts take him out here as Tech still setting up this cross angle for now. Bubble has gone down as Peach is going to go ahead and try and push that one forward. Matt Pickett does get finished off here, and it was just unfortunate they weren't able to take advantage of that position, and Pop-Tarts will be able to survive for the time being.
And I thought Rockstar had a really good push with the Caustical with Pickett. I'm not exactly too sure what happened with Pickett, if he dropped his controller or something, but Pop-Tarts is putting pressure on the team Rockstar. And Charlotte Phoenix has control of this whole high ground right now. They're free to run around and bully these teams in the buildings.
Yeah, ring pulling up to the high ground position here, up to the houses. We don't see that circle as often, but Charlotte Phoenix in a decent spot for it. Their cover is riddled with holes, so you do have to be careful about where you're healing up right now, but Bronzy is able to get that bat and that med kit off. Here in the fourth ring, before it starts closing, we've got 7 teams left, 16 players remaining. We know Rockstar down to a duo, but that's still 4 players that are unaccounted for, that are not in the game right now. So we'll see. A lot of damaged squads apparently now, as Pop-Tarts are still trying to control this north here, and Rockstar are giving them hell. Here comes the aggressive bubble out as Lucas is the first one to go down. Tech answered back, Peach to fall. Will Tech be able to win out in this 2v1? He's on the high ground. Took a lot of damage there, the flatline push, as looks like they will be able to secure that thirst at the very least. Bubble up in about 3 seconds, but he's going to go ahead and pop that res, getting hit with the charge rifle, just narrowly missing him actually. He does get the res onto Lucas just in time as the ring closes.
Yeah, and Tech, I'm not sure where he queued away to, but he did get away. They almost had the 2v3. Oh, I think that's him. I think they spotted him. Pop-Tarts in a really good spot right now, chasing down Tech. They want Team Rockstar dead after that Caustical that they threw on him. And it looks like they're controlling all of this, and the 2 teams in the house, they've been there for a while, so I don't think they have too many kill points. And the teams around, oh, here's Red Ranger. We got the rat cam.
Yeah, with 6 squads, 14 players left, still 3 players that are missing. Excuse me, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm doing the math all wrong here, but yeah, we should have one more squad that is damaged, I believe. But Charlotte Phoenix playing this position on the platform here. You were talking about the 2 teams stuck up in the houses right now, as Bronzy is slowly chipping away to try to get the red Evo for himself. Up against the squad. Still has a lot of shots left. It looks like it's going to be Team Pringles that are holding position inside one of these buildings. Their door just getting griefed as well. So it was that squad playing over to the west side, might be setting up for the push onto them.
Yep, and so it's basically a Charlotte Phoenix and team. Charlotte Phoenix needs to figure out a way to get into zone, and I believe Team Pop-Tarts, Team Pop-Tarts is also not in zone. Their positioning is not the best, and there's not actually many places they can play. They might have to force a fight onto one of these buildings, which is going to be very chaotic.
Casper with that G7 Scout does get cracked, pops that shield battery for himself as the zone starts closing in, and every team focusing Charlotte Phoenix right now. Nice damage there with the Arc Star. The bubble has been used. They can wait out the time. Finally, Red Ranger does go down. We're down to 5 squads, 13 players remaining. Casper, though, thermite ticking away while he was popping that bat, so he's going to have to use that medkit. And so the timing isn't there quite yet for Rice Krispies to go for that peak yet, but it looks like Charlotte Phoenix were able to survive off of the position here on the fence, but Bronzy is up against it right now. Does need to heal up, and he's just slow healing at that. Nice thermite angle coming out from Pride, and that's going to be massive. But oh boy, defensive bombardment coming out from Bird will take out Mercy and Bronzy, and now Pride is left to try and rat this one out as he queues his way to the bottom of this building. Not all of that. No one, it looked like, was paying attention to Pop-Tarts. I don't think they took any damage there. We'll see. Rice Krispies, though, trying to evict the bottom of their building. Bird does need to heal up. He's got that bat going for the time being. Still needs to med up as Casper will go for the repeak. And it looks like they do maintain control of this building for now. Zone does pull away from this from both of these buildings, but they can slow play this on either side of the roof. We'll see who gets priority on that one. It's going to be Team Pringles. We're already up here, so it's imperative for them to make sure, of course, that Rice Krispies aren't able to take their roof. But nice from Team Pop-Tarts to kick them off as Presley has to fall back to pop that Phoenix kid.
And there's 5 squads still left. I know where 3 of them are. We know where Team Pringles, Team Rice Krispies, and Team Pop-Tarts. Team Pop-Tarts is actually in a Team Pop-Tarts positioning has been very well throughout these 3 games. All the teams have to rotate into them. They could just bubble. If they place down their bubble perfectly, they can play that bubble and hold the teams out. Gibby ult, they sell their Gibby ult. It should be really interesting to see.
Yeah, it's 2 solos left here as well in the 3v3v3v 1v1. And so very crucial. Pride still trying to survive throughout all of this. He's still holding the angle underneath for the time being. And I'm so surprised he hasn't actually made himself known. Here comes a drop down. Hits big. 84 almost gets the knock. There it is, taking out Fury, but he needs to heal up. And that squad, they really can't come down to try and challenge him for the time being. Oh, here comes the full push out now. Rice Krispies, though, they get punished as they try to slide down. Bird took a lot of damage, so they're not able to take advantage of that knock, so the rest should come through. Defensive bombardment going down as well. He has stepped out of his bubble, taking a lot of damage here. Getting shot up from behind. Nando goes down. He was one of the rats. We'll see how much longer Pride can survive for. Pride makes top 3 for his team at the very least, but Pringles now, it's Presley by himself. Pride secures 2nd place for them as Pop-Tarts take another win here in game number 3.